You're looking for a way to build wealth that works with your psychology, not against it. You want something that grows your money without constant worry or daily decisions. This makes perfect sense. The insights from Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money show us that successful wealth building is more about behavior than brilliance. This script combines those timeless principles with simple, modern tools you can use starting today. Most people think saving money is about getting rich someday, but the real power of saving is much more immediate and personal. When you save money, you're buying yourself freedom. You're buying the ability to say no to things you don't want to do. You're buying time to make better decisions instead of desperate ones. You're buying peace of mind when unexpected things happen. This freedom is worth more than any fancy purchase you could make today. The best way to build this freedom is to make saving automatic. When saving happens without you having to think about it, you remove all the daily battles with yourself about whether to save or spend. You can set up your bank account so money moves from your checking to your savings right after you get paid. Many banks offer this service for free. You can also use apps that round up your purchases and save the extra change. These small amounts add up faster than you might think. Another powerful tool is zero-based budgeting through an app. This means you give every dollar that comes in a specific job before you spend it. Some dollars get jobs like paying rent or buying food. Other dollars get the job of building your future wealth. When every dollar has a purpose, you naturally prioritize saving because you've already decided it's important. How can shifting your focus to saving change how you think about financial freedom and control over your future? Time is your biggest advantage in building wealth, but only if you use it. Compound growth means your money makes money, and then that money makes more money. This creates a snowball effect that gets bigger and bigger over many years. But here's the catch. It works slowly at first. This is why most people give up too early. They expect quick results and get disappointed when their investments don't double in a year. The secret is to automate your investing so you don't have to rely on motivation or perfect timing. Robo-advisors are computer programs that invest your money for you based on your goals and timeline. They take a small amount from your bank account every month and put it into a mix of investments that match your situation. This removes the guesswork and the emotional decisions that hurt most investors. You can also set up automatic contributions to index funds, which are baskets of many different stocks. These funds give you instant diversification without having to research individual companies. The key is consistency. Investing a little bit every month for many years beats trying to invest large amounts only when you feel like it. The stock market will go up and down, but history shows that patient investors who stay consistent do well over decades. What steps can you take today to prioritize the long-term growth of your wealth over immediate wants? Here's something that might surprise you. The perfect financial decision on paper isn't always the best decision for real life. What matters more is making decisions you can stick with, even when things get stressful or uncertain. A reasonable plan that you follow is much better than a perfect plan that you abandon when it gets hard.
This is where automation becomes your best friend. When you automate your savings and investments, you remove the daily temptation to make emotional decisions. You don't have to be perfectly rational every single day. Instead, you make one reasonable decision to set up the automation, and then it works for you automatically. Behavioral finance research shows that people make better money decisions when they don't have to make them in the moment. For example, you might decide on Sunday that you want to save more money. But on Wednesday, when you see something you want to buy, that Sunday decision feels less important. Automation helps your Sunday self take care of your Wednesday self. You can also use insights about your own behavior to build better habits. If you know you tend to spend money when you're bored, you can set up your accounts so your spending money is separate from your saving money. This makes it harder to accidentally spend your future wealth. How can you adjust your financial decisions to be more in line with what's reasonably achievable for your situation? rather than what's theoretically perfect.
The wealthiest people you know might not look wealthy at all. Real wealth is invisible because it's money that wasn't spent on things you can see. It's the money sitting in investment accounts, growing quietly over time. The person driving the expensive car might have no savings, while the person driving the older car might be building serious wealth. This invisible wealth is what gives you real security and options in life.
The challenge is that our culture celebrates visible spending, but ignores invisible wealth. Social media makes this worse because people share their purchases, but not their savings account balances. To build invisible wealth, you need to resist the pressure to show off with your money. This starts with tracking where your money actually goes. Many people are shocked when they see how much they spend on things that don't really matter to them. Spending tracker apps can show you these patterns without judgment. Once you see where your money goes, you can decide if those purchases are really worth more than your future freedom. You also need to define what enough means for you. How much house do you actually need? How fancy does your car need to be? How many clothes do you really wear? When you have a clear idea of enough, you can resist the endless pressure to upgrade your lifestyle every time you get more money. This lets you put the extra money toward building invisible wealth instead of visible status. How can identifying and sticking to your enough help you build wealth that truly contributes to your long-term happiness and security?
Life is unpredictable. The stock market crashes at weird times, people lose jobs when they don't expect it, medical bills show up out of nowhere, cars break down. These things aren't failures of planning. They're just part of life. The best financial plans expect these surprises and prepare for them. This means building flexibility into your money system. An emergency fund is your first line of defense against life's surprises. This should be money in a regular savings account that you can access quickly if you need it. 3 to 6 months of expenses is a good target, but even 1 month of expenses is much better than nothing. The key is to build this fund automatically, just like your other savings. You can set up a separate automatic transfer that goes to your emergency fund until it reaches your target amount. Once your emergency fund is complete, you can redirect that automatic transfer to your investments. Zero-based budgeting also helps you prepare for surprises by showing you exactly where you can cut back if you need to. When you know which expenses are truly necessary and which are nice to have, you can quickly adjust if your income changes or you face an unexpected cost. The goal isn't to predict exactly what will happen. The goal is to build a financial foundation that can handle whatever does happen. This gives you confidence and reduces stress because you know you're prepared. What changes can you make to your financial planning today that would make you feel more secure in facing unexpected future events? Building wealth isn't about being smarter than everyone else or finding secret investment strategies. It's about understanding your own psychology and using simple systems that work with human nature instead of against it. The principles from The Psychology of Money show us that successful investors aren't necessarily the ones who make the most brilliant decisions. They're the ones who make reasonable decisions consistently over long periods of time. Your path forward is clear and achievable. Start by automating your savings so money moves to your future self before you can spend it on your current self. Set up automatic investments so your money grows without requiring daily decisions from you. Build an emergency fund so surprises don't derail your long-term plans. Track your spending so you can see where your money actually goes. Define what enough means for you so you can resist the pressure to constantly upgrade your lifestyle. These steps might seem simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. The hardest part is often just getting started. But once you set up these systems, they work for you automatically. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to time the market. You don't have to become a financial expert. You just have to be consistent and patient.
Remember that building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. The decisions you make today about automating your savings and investments will compound over the years ahead. Your future self will thank you for starting now, even if the amounts seem small at first. Every month you wait to start is a month of potential growth you're giving up. The psychology of money teaches us that wealth building is ultimately about behavior, not brilliance. By understanding your own psychology and using tools that make good behavior automatic, you're already ahead of most people who rely on willpower and perfect timing. Trust the process, stay consistent, and let time and compound growth work their magic. You have everything you need to build lasting wealth. Now it's time to begin. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel.